Hey, how's it going? I need an opening after hey, how's it going? See these, remember these? They're stuck together. The journal covers that I made out of cardboard, I still haven't put paper in them. And will I tonight? Not tonight. Anyway, this tray right here, I did a video where I colored the bottom. So I'm not going to do that tonight. But this has to do with the journal, these journal covers. What was it? That was my first one. And then these I did a video on these, and I used in my homemade embossing folders. This one came out really good. This looks very old, distressed, like an antique cover practically. This one, I think I did the cats with. That turned out really good. This one turned out the best, and that also looks kind of cool. It looks really cool. So, this one I did the penny black cats, and you can't really see, like, if you look up real close, if I look real close, I can see whiskers or something, but it didn't really turn out that great. Actually, I can see more of the designs on the back, on the inside here. So, this one, I don't think did I do a, that was from the corrugated, the top cover or top sheet of paper or cardboard on corrugated cardboard. And so that was kind of cool too. And then this one was also a corrugated cardboard piece that I was just messing around with. This is a mini book. Okay, so this one is an actual embossing folder by Doris, and I'm not going to use this one because I bought it just to see what an embossing folder looks like, and I bought it during the 100 Things Challenge, so that I'm not going to use that until I'm done with my 100 Things Challenge. But I was looking at this tonight, and I was thinking, hey, I bet I can put this in an embossing folder and use it in my little homemade embossing folder. Here's my homemade one. I think the next one that I make, I'm going to make sure that this little tab sitting out is down here further, because these really are like, one is here, one is here. I think there's one here, like that. The sheets come like that, divided or alternated, you know, so they're not all one tab when you put them in a notebook binder, because that's what they're really for, putting them in a notebook binder. So I'm going to, I did kind of measure. What I did was, I just did this. Let me do it this way. And I noticed that if I cut it right down the middle, right here, this will fit, this part right here will fit into my embossing folder. So, we're waiting for the cat's timer to go off so I can feed the kitties. It's kind of late. It's after 1 in the morning on a Sunday morning. On a Sunday, I guess I don't have to say morning since I already said that. Okay, and I actually had, what comes in this container is 10, I should say R. What kind of writing teacher am I? 10 fantail shrimp come in this container. There. I said it right and everything. And everything. And I was just doing essay grades. I graded an essay, and then I went in and started shelling out zeros to people who didn't turn in an essay. And the final draft was due Saturday at 11:59 p.m. And it depends. I have 2 writing classes. And they have to do 3 essays. Well, 4 if you count the reflection. That's part of the final, though. So, I don't know if it's an essay. It is an essay, but it's, you know, I can't explain it. So, we'll also include this little semicircle. Yes, as it will. Oh, and I want this to be, I want it to be here on the bottom. So, the thing is now that I need to affix it to here without it making any kind of bumps or anything underneath. We are thinking. Any double-sided tape that won't... Oh, I wonder if I put like... double-sided... I wonder if my score tape would work. These you could tear off, right? Could use the ATG. I don't know what people say when it's like, I don't want to use the score tape or any tape because I just can't get it right on there. Yeah. Tammy, it doesn't take much. Why are you having problems? In this case, I'm just going to use maybe not. Oh wow, it does come off it tears off quite easily. Okay, and I don't want to do every little column there. Even for nails that aren't there. No, not from there. Not for nails that are not there. Okay. Like this one. Oh, that timer's going to go off in about 3 minutes. Oh, now the fun part starts. Okay, so we have that. Now I have to be careful. Now, I guess to try it out, because that'll be after I feed the cats, I will try it out. Alright. Not with any of these, unless I re-wet it. How do I wet this? I wonder if it would work. I'll go this way. This is, did I Mod Podge this? It's very shiny, so I'm thinking I did. Like that. I should do it this way. Ooh, you can see the score tape on the back there. I'm thinking I did. Yeah. That was silly. So, okay, so when I get back after feeding the cats, I will... see, there's the timer. I will... What will I do? You would think I would think. You would think I could think. I'll do another piece of cardboard. I'll wet it and see if it'll work. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I could use? Because it's not just for this cardboard stuff, but it's good for stamping other things as well. Using an embossing folder is not just for that. And with this, I noticed I'm going to trim off this very top part up here. I'm going to trim that off. And hopefully, now the cats, I know the cats heard that. So, I'm thinking also that these, oh no, that works. Because it's sticking up, so that's why I want to trim that off. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay, let me feed the cats and I'll come back and do another folder, journal cover or something. Okay, the cats have been fed. I actually found this on my shelf. That's where I keep everything on the craft shelf. And I'm just going to give like a, I'm plugging the H-E-B Texas Tough. These are pint-sized bags. Normally, they're quart size. You know, they also sell the quart size, but this is perfect for the score tape. Wow. When I first saw this, that's because I grabbed the wrong size bag. I thought I bought them for work, and I thought I was grabbing the quart size, and I ended up bringing it back to the office. I'm like, hey, these are pint size. These might not be big enough for my purposes, what I usually like put snacks in or something. So I brought, then I went back and bought another box, a pint-sized box. Those are cool. They are nice and they're just the perfect size for that, for the score tapes. Okay, the other, while I was off camera, I was thinking, hey, I wonder if I put this side here. Alright, this would be the inside. It would have to match, though. It would have to match perfectly. And that's just because of the Doris one that I have. I don't want to hit the pattern here. So I'm cutting around it. The Doris one, see? That fits perfectly in there. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. What did I eat? Okay, I'm going to trim off this side here. Very, very carefully. Without showing my gray hair, I hope. So, that's because I was looking at the Doris one. See the Doris one? That's the crackle design. And it's raised here. And it's indented, and it fits perfectly. They fit perfectly together. And also another thing I was noting, I'm watching, yeah, see how these are raised? Not raised. These are not raised. It's hard to tell. These are raised. You can kind of see, but see how thin it is, how thin the design is. It doesn't come up from the surface. It doesn't come up very high. That's amazing. And how is that adhered? That's cool. Okay, so I thought if I put stamps on it, because the one I'm watching right now is making the embossing folder, how to make an embossing folder, and I was just experimenting with the cardboard, and that's when I did, not this one, but I think that one, and possibly this one, and these, I did a whole mess of these things. So, with this one, you know, the Doris one, the pattern, this pattern fits into this pattern, you know, it's the same pattern, but they fit together. And I thought, hey, what if I do this one, cut this half out too, and put it together like that, and then I have to be careful because I would cut this off a little bit more because I have this one cut off a little bit. so that it closes right like that. Uh-oh, you know what that means? I gotta take the score tape out again. I got bought a piece. Well, I did buy it. Technically, I bought it. It came free with a box of cat food. Really? No, oh, I was thinking that was part of my... So, I'm gonna put the tape on here. Again. And I'm gonna measure it this way. I'm going to be very careful. Why's that crooked? Fine. I'll do it like this then. Why is it crooked, Tammy? Crackle, crackle. Also, can't like, hey, that's an idea. Use the edge of the what you doodle. What's it called? So the weird smell to it. What's this thing called? The stamp? I guess that would be a stamp, like, right? Sticky stuff. I guess that's a good thing. See, that one didn't tear right. Shame. Shame on you, tape. Really, I'm not blaming you. Probably the way I'm tearing it. Put it back in my little pint-sized bag. I get so excited sometimes. It's unnatural, I say. My friend sent me a text message of she sent me a study, and it was, woo. Crackle, crackle. It was not damaging the stuff. I was thinking, am I damaging that? That it was a study done in 2015, but you know, sometimes the news. Is it really news then? No. There was a study done in 2015. I'll get to it eventually. I know it. That it done in, I think it was Austria. I think it was Austria. And they surveyed about 1,000 people about their coffee preferences. And it said that those who like black coffee with nothing in it, no milk or sugar or anything like that. Is that going to work, Tammy? No. Excuse me. Tend to be psychopaths. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my parents were psychopaths. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, there goes everything. Tammy, don't put, you're just putting it there. Okay. Crackle, crackle, crackle. It's a crackle. Not the crackle from Doris, of course. Oh, it's a little bit thicker than, okay, it's a lot thicker. Just want to make sure that it's going to go in. It's going to seat. Like, is that okay there? Look, it's coming up. Come up. It's crooked. I seated that perfectly. And it's crooked on the sheet. That's the tape. Sounds like bubble wrap a little bit. Kind of soothing then. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's still going to serve its purpose. Let's do it. I'm going to put these away. I do have one of the trays out. I had the tray, empty tray out. Did I tell you what was in here? What's in the tray? Schwann's fantail shrimp. It's breaded. I had some tonight. It's delicious, and they're kind of expensive, so I don't order them all the time. But I get, one box contains 2 trays of breaded fantail shrimp. Just a minute. And there are 10 on a tray, so I get 20 fantail shrimp for $19.99. So that's $1 a shrimp. Shrimp is kind of expensive anyway. So, who knows? Maybe that's a good deal. It is Schwann's, though. So I know I'm paying a little bit more money for the convenience. Watch it curl. Rub it in. It's dotting. What's up with that? It's spotting. If you want to make cardboard tubes, there you go. How to make cardboard tubes. Look at that. Man, that's cool. Let's just watch it. There's not enough on this side because this one's curling more. Okay, fine. And if you get it on your hands, it's okay because glycerin is actually good. Vegetable glycerin is good. It's a moisturizer of sorts. It's used in cosmetics. I put it in soap. If I make soap, sometimes I put it in my soap, liquid soap. That's really weird to see that. Uh-oh, it's stuck. It's stuck to the mat. Oh, my hand's getting tired. So let me use my arthritic hand. I don't want to tear it. Nice and pliable. I don't want to tear it, but I do want to crumple it. In case you forgot from the video that will likely already be up there. By the time this one goes up to YouTube, the other one, how to make the faux leather type of deal. We're getting a little low on the, I mean, it's not empty, but I can't tilt it down to spray it. I feel cardboard lint coming off on my hands. Read my palms. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think I have enough. I can wipe this down with the handy dandy tissue. It's okay. So now we're gonna try this. Maybe put it over this way. Like that, right? Let's do that. Fold that over. Now we're gonna try it. And now we're going to use this. Crackle, crackle. Don't worry, nothing's breaking. I think. I don't think anything's breaking. You can use it as a rolling pin. Alright, I can also use sounds like it's on fire. Crackle, crackle. Okay, the moment. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, it looks like a bar of chocolate. And the screen panel. OMG. That's so cool. With that circle there. Now I have to get that circle. Right? That's cool. I am excited. Alright, I also rolled it. I have no idea what to call this video because I already have like how to make your own embossing folder, but this is adding a new stamp or making a stamp for embossing folders maybe for your homemade, that's it, making a stamp for your homemade embossing folder. Yes! Look at that! That is cool. I was like a little bit off there, but it still works. Look at the center. OMG. Oh my goodness. In case you were wondering. Wow. That's cool. Okay, we gotta color it. Oh, you know, it doesn't have to be like straight up like that. You could also put your, you could put it in like this or something and make it go crisscross. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like this. You know, go against the flow. Why be normal? So I could do it this way if I wanted to. I could try and do like this way and have these lines here go here type of deal. Or I could cut another tray and do like a circle, couple of circles in there of this design. I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do it, like mirror it. I don't think I could do that. Now I know, I'm not, don't put yourself down, but I really just don't think I could pull that off successfully. Okay, now I need to color it. should I use? I think I used for the other embossing folders, like this one, I used alcohol ink markers. And for these, I think, for this one, this one, this one, and this one, I'm not sure about this one. I used Distress Oxides. Let me get them. I tell you, it's putting things away so the cats don't get at them. It's getting ridiculous. So I need more Distress Oxide inks. Tammy, hurry up with your 100 Things challenge. Okay, where are we going with this? Gathered Twigs. Okay, we're gonna go with... Which ones? We're gonna just take them off. Take it off. Take them off. Take off the lids. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. Coffee. Well, that was just kind of interesting. I could do that. About the coffee study. Because when my friends... Oh, we were talking to each other, too, on the phone. So when she sent that to me, I said, I guess I'll have to keep an eye on you. A closer eye on you. And she just laughed about that. Experimenting. When my parents drank coffee, they used to put cream and sugar in their coffee. And then as they got older, so do you become a psychopath? How much credence do you give that study? There were some, I was reading, Reader's Digest was talking about it too, and so I sent her the Reader's Digest version. I said, you'll probably like what Reader's Digest has to say about this study. Okay. I think the more I mess with it, the worse it'll get. So I'm gonna stop. Stop right there. That's so cool that that came out. So then folded up, it would have that little half circle then. Man, look at that. Okay, so I will come back when this is dry. I have to put it, I'm gonna put it on the stove. That's the best place to put it. I'll be back. Hey, how's it going? This is it. It's dry. Oh, I should have said, hey, how's it going? I should have said, I'm back. But this is all dried. And I am torn before I seal it with the glue, the Mod Podge. I was thinking about adding like metallic markers to it, but I think I'm going to wait. Maybe I'll do another one and see how that looks, because this looks really good. Zoom in a little bit, a lot of it. It looks really cool. It looks distressed, antiqued, and everything. Like an antique book cover, except it looks super yellow in the screen panel. It's not yellow at all. Is it yellow? No, it's not yellow. That's weird. Oh, good yellow. So I'm going to cover it with this Mod Podge paper. Glue for paper. This is paper. So it works as a sealer. Oh, do I have to shake this? It's very thick. Much thicker than, wow. Is this old? Look at that. Does this show the color of this? It's kind of a creamy color. I don't know if I want to, does it dry clear? It dries clear, right? So apply thin coat as a sealer. Dry 15 to 20 minutes between coats. Oh, I think I'll get the regular matte Mod Podge, and we'll try that paper one later. Also, I'm going to pull out some, well, you see, I keep forgetting I'm zoomed in. Baby wipes there. And I just recently filled this. Okay. You know, I put I'm gonna have to put straight up Vaseline on here because I'm also gonna that I added a little more Mod Podge. Oh, that's the wrong one, see? Man, that's not the right one. What's up with this? Hey, Blue. Blue says, leave me alone, because he's sleeping. Sorry, this is Mod Podge matte. I didn't pay attention. I need to use that gloss, though, because when I tore out the little piece of cardboard from the lid, this one, it has a musty odor to it. But the glue itself in the jar does not smell like that at all, so. And the reason I need the handy wipes, or the baby wipes, is because I'm not going to use a brush. I'm going to use my fingers to spread the glue around. Okay, I'm going to go out a little bit. I already shook it on my way over. And And I think I'll do another one off camera where I have the same design and possibly the same color scheme, and then use metallic markers to see how that looks, because I'm thinking, no, I really don't want to ruin this. This I like, you know. I mean, what if I really hate it? Everything I do is a masterpiece. I just have to remember. I just have to remember that. Okay, so there we have. I'm going to wipe my hands on the baby wipe, and not to mention, yeah, some of the yellow. This is supposed to be the distress oxides. When they dry, aren't they waterproof? I thought they were waterproof when they dried. I'll have to look into that some more. I did also use, come on computer, boy. I did also use watercolor brush pens, watercolor markers. The Arteza brand, but I didn't use yellow. I used, did I use any yellow? I used the sage green. Man, I'll have to go back and watch the other part of the video from yesterday. And the shaded lilac from Distress Oxide ones. I also used a little bit of the purple, Arteza purple, and brown. Oh, you know what? That might be from... Actually, that might be from the Distress Oxide thing. Sorry, am I making you dizzy? I'm not going to sign off because when this dries, I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to sign off. So, I did... This is the folder I made last night. The folder was already made, but this is what I added this to it. It's kind of like a recap, I guess. And it is a little bit crooked because you can see here, this side is a little bit crooked, so I decided to make this side the front of the cover. And, but it still works, you know, even though it looks, you can't really tell that it's crooked. And it doesn't matter that it's crooked because it's how the whole thing looks, and the whole thing looks awesome. So that's pretty cool. So if I do another one of these, like this, I'll try and, I don't know if I'll need to, I'll try and be better at positioning it. It is cool. I really like that. Okay. So this takes about at least 20 minutes to dry. It probably takes 24 hours to really set. So I'm going to let that sit for 30 or so. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow night. Okay, this is after the Mod Podge. It's all dried. I'm going to zoom in. I only did one side. I didn't do this side. And I don't know, should I do this side? I should Mod Podge this side, right? Seal it in. But I think what I want to do here is maybe if I do Mod Podge on this side, then just do this part, like the outer part, and put paper here. Thinking, constant thinking. So, obviously, the next task that I have to do with this, I really like this, is, that is so cool. The next task is to put paper in it, not just in this one, but in all the other ones. And I'm thinking, now what did I do with those items? Oh, I think they're in my organizer that keeps where my distress oxides are. This was what I used. So let me go out again. This is what I used on here. Remember I did, where's that? I did it this way, and then, you know, press down on it very hard with first the can that has the water and glycerin in it, and then I used the handle of the scissors. Then I flipped it over here, and I did the same thing, trying to match up the circle here, so it made a circle. Now this was a little bit crooked here, and that has to do with, this is not an exact fit, and you can kind of see that when I put this down. You can kind of see how it's just a little bit off here, just a little bit. See how it comes up. There's the crease there, or the gap is wider. So that's but that's okay, because it still had an awesome effect to it. I don't mind that at all. And putting the Mod Podge on, I noticed it with an earlier one that I did, it brings up the mahogany, the aged mahogany, I think it was, and it gives it more of a yellowish tint. So I think the next one I do, I will not put the aged mahogany on it, or I'll use the regular distress inks and not the oxide ones. All in all, I think it turned out great. So now I have to do a screenshot and then sign off. That looks so crooked there. Turn it around then. That's maybe like that. Does that look good? For my thumbnail and for the intro and outro backgrounds. I like it. Okay. Smile. I only had to take one picture. I just found out too, the last weekend, not this weekend, I think last weekend, I'm able to, I don't have to turn it on, I can still take a picture. I thought maybe I always had to take a picture. Now we're zooming in to the kitties, I should say. Oh. Spin it, sorry, down further. Have a delightful day.